right, so today we're going to be talking about some rational exponents, and this is our second day, so it's number 2. So remember, when you have a rational exponent, that means a fraction. The numerator is your actual exponent, so that's how many we're multiplying. And then your denominator is your number on your shelf. And that's of your radical, or your root sign. Okay. So when your directions say radical form, it's talking about some sort of root. And when it says exponential form, then that's talking about like your exponent. So you'll have some sort of parentheses with some cute little numerator and denominator for an exponent. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. So remember, this is your actual exponent, and this is the number on the shelf. So I'm going to draw my shelf and put my number on my shelf, the bottom number, and then 7x all goes inside because it's in the parentheses, and then I need to make it to the third power. So you have two options. You can write it like this, or you can write it like this. Either way, you'll get the same answer every time, so whatever you like to do. I like this version better because I think it's easier to get a bigger number and then find my roots of that than to find my roots of a smaller number. Like this number looks kind of crazy to just try to get a square root of, because square root of 7 is not pretty. But if I cube that number first, then that might be a little bit easier. And we'll learn some more tricks later, but not yet. Remember, this negative just means he wants to be in a different spot. So currently, this number is sitting on the numerator part of a fraction. So we need to move him downstairs, and when I do that, the negative on my exponent drops off and becomes positive because he moved to the opposite location, so he has the opposite sign. I don't want to leave it like that, though, because I'm supposed to be writing my answer in radical form. So remember, the square root means the 2 goes on the shelf, and then there's a p on the inside. Since I just have one item, I can just attach that 3 there. Sorry about the bell. Let's see. Oh, be careful on number 7. Again, just like we did on number 2, you have to make sure you include both of these items. It's a 4 that sits on the shelf this time, and both items go on the inside of your radical, and then to the 7th. I feel like that's the easiest way to write them, but it's up to you. Vice versa, this is pretty similar, it just has a different letter. We are going to write these answers in exponential form, so we're just getting used to going in and out of exponential form and what that looks like. So I have 2 items here, so just like if you look at all of these are in parentheses, and I'll show you one in a second. So I'm going to start with my parentheses and my 2n, and I'm going to make an exponent out of them. Remember, the number on the shelf is on the bottom part of your fraction, and the number that's actually the exponent goes on the top part of your fraction. Here's the deal. This is why these parentheses are so important. If I'm looking at this problem and I'm trying to simplify, I will distribute the 7/4 to the n and the 2. So that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because I wanted 2n and 4 to both be to the 4th root and to the 7th power. However, if you don't put parentheses and you write 2n, 7, 4, that says I am only doing the n to the 4th root and the 7th power. But that's not true. We know the 2 needs to be included as well. So it's very important that you use your cute little parentheses, not this. Let's see, another one. Oh yeah, 15. Remember, we want to get him out of downstairs, okay? And he doesn't want to be out of downstairs because he likes the downstairs because that 3 is positive. So I'm going to put my n here, and you can put a parenthesis. You don't have to because there's only one item. The number on the shelf right here is a 2, even though we can't see it, so that goes below my fraction, and above is my actual exponent. But I went from being in a fraction to not being in a fraction, so I need the opposite symbol so that I can show that he moved. And I'd like you to write these to make sure that they're not in a fraction. So like 14 should have a negative exponent, okay? And likewise, 8 should be in a fraction because it has a negative exponent. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Let's see. So number 17, again, all you have to do here is distribute this exponent. So we really have 32 to the 6/5 power times n times 15 to 6/5. So remember, when your bases are getting multiplied like they are, you have to multiply whatever exponents are in the problem already. Okay, so here we're just going to type this guy in. So remember, this means I want 32 to the 6th power, and then I have to do the 5th root of that. So let's see if my calculator likes it. If not, we're going to have to do it by hand. So 32, and then my exponent button, 6 divided by 5. I'm going to check and make sure they're exponents. Yes, they are. Press enter. Oh, it worked out beautifully. So it's 64. So let's just check the way that we know what an exponent means. So if you have a rational exponent, I want 32 to the 6th power. So 32 to the 6th power. Then I want to take this number to the 5th root. So you do that by typing 5, and then you want to put your 5 on the shelf. So you need the box button right here. So you'll press second X box. Now you see how that 5 popped up, and if you didn't, watch again. So 5, second X box. Watch it, here it goes. There, it sat on the shelf, okay? If it's a big 5, it's not sitting on the shelf. Here's what that looks like. So it would look like this. That's a big 5. That guy's not on the shelf. We want our 5 to sit on the, oh heavens, not 55. Our 5 to sit on our shelf. Okay, so then I'm going to type this guy in because that's what we want to figure out the 5th root of. 1073741 and we should get 64. Okay, so it works beautifully. It's much faster just to type it, but you need to understand what's happening. Okay, and then here we're just going to multiply 15 times, use your fractioning button, 6/5, because we don't want any decimals. Oh, great, 18. That's not a decimal anyways. And then we're done. Let's do another one together. They're all pretty darn similar. Okay, we'll do a few more just so that you can see. So number 19, again, we distribute the 5/3 to the x and the 125. So we have 125 to the 5/3 and x 9 times 5/3. Okay, so we're just going to type this guy in. 125 to the 5 divided by 3. And we got, 3125. And then x will be to the 9 times 5/3 power. And that's 15. We're all done. Yay, these are so quick. I love them. Oh, look at this guy, number 25. He doesn't have much going on, so we just multiply. 8 times 1/2. Well, what's half of 8? 4, my friends. I think that's about it. We can do one more. Let's do 22. So remember, we're going to distribute this 4/3 to the m and the 64. So it's going to be 64 to the 4/3 times m, 9 times 4/3, because you always multiply your exponents. So let's type that guy in. Remember, this means I want 4 64s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and all under the 3rd root. This means this, okay? So if we tried 64 to the 4 divided by 3, we get 256. So we've got 256 m, 9 times 4/3. Oh no, been sitting for too long. I'm so sorry. It's 12. Okay, that's my video for today. Hope you had a great day. Bye, guys.